Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Trent. This is Rams Talk. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking and subscribing. For all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the legacy subscribers. You guys have been awesome. If you're watching this for the first time, please join the community. Join the Rams Talk community. We'd love to have you on here. Lots of good stuff. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Real LA Rams Talk. So let's just get into the upcoming game against the 49ers. Now, I've been looking forward to this game probably more than any game on the calendar because I hate the 49ers. I'm just going to say it. You know, hate's a strong word, but I have real strong emotions that have been built up over 20 plus years in a negative way against the 49ers. It all started in the late 80s when the Rams had really good teams, Jim Everett, Flip Anderson, Henry Ellard, and Kevin Green, and Jack Slater, Cleveland Gary. List goes on and on. They would lose to the Niners on Monday Night Football. They'd lose in the playoffs. Then you kind of go into the 90s and when the Rams were crappy and the Rams lost to the 49ers 17 consecutive times. That's 8.5 seasons straight of losing to your rival. So the seed was planted long ago and it's been growing negatively against the 49ers for many, many years. In terms of these two teams head to head, the 49ers own that record with 68 wins to the Rams 65 wins. So the Rams need to win 4 times in a row to surpass the Niners in overall head-to-head victories. So let's get both wins this year and next year to do that. In terms of this game coming up, I mean, a lot of people look at this as an easy win for the Rams, and I don't really think there are easy wins in the NFL anymore. I mean, even if you beat a team by, handily, you could still suffer injuries. And also the Rams last couple of weeks have been in some dogfights, so I'm not taking any opponent lightly, especially seeing what the Niners did to Green Bay last week. But the Rams are the better team. They're the better team in running, in passing, and in defense. Pretty much all of their, the individual units on the team are better than the 49ers. Even though the 49ers do have some players, it's really not that close. This is going to be another away game in San Francisco. Their fan base is pretty active and rabid, so it's not going to be easy to play there. So a couple things about the 49ers to know is that they are really losing the turnover battle this year. They have minus 11 in the turnover differential. So they've only had 3 takeaways compared to 14 turnovers. So they're last in takeaways. So not really forcing any turnovers from other teams. The Rams are +2 in the turnover differential. So if you're just looking at how the season's gone, I expect the 49ers to turn the ball over more than the Rams in this game. And we all know that that is a recipe for success if you're the Rams. So that's something to keep an eye on. Another thing is running the ball. So after last week's amazing performance against the Broncos, Todd Gurley, and the Rams have the #1 rated rush offense. The Niners have the 3rd rated rush offense behind Matt Breida and Raheem Mostert, both undrafted free agents. Breida actually is rushing the ball at a 6.8 yards per carry clip this year, which is crazy. Todd Gurley, 4.8. So Breida 2 full yards more than Gurley. However, I do expect that's not sustainable. And I think the Rams rush defense is up to the task this time. The 49ers offensive line, though, is actually really good. They're rated the 9th best offensive line by Pro Football Focus. The Rams are #1 again. But the right tackle that they got in the draft, McGlinchey, he's playing at an elite level. Left tackle Joe Staley, he's been good for so long. The other guys on the line are really good. So the Rams really are going to have to kind of control the running game for the 49ers because their passing game is horrid. Their top 2 receivers on the team are not receivers. It's the tight end, Kittle, and it's the fullback. And so essentially if you think about this, the 49ers are running the ball and they're throwing short yardage passes. Okay, Marcus Goodwin, who had a great game last week against the Packers, you saw those bombs. I mean, he's a fast guy, but that doesn't happen all the time. So the Rams need to, whether it's Marcus Peters or whoever, they really need to kind of check the deep passes and really cover those intermediate and short yardage passes in the runs. I think that's really where it's going to really come down to it. In terms of matchups, these are ones to look at. So they do have Richard Sherman in the secondary, but the other cornerbacks are battling injuries, hamstrings, and concussions. And Richard Sherman usually always lines up on the same side. He doesn't really kind of shadow one particular receiver. And so Brandin Cooks doesn't line up on the side typically that Richard Sherman is, and that's the left side. So Cooks is going to be hopefully going against Jimmy Ward, who exited last week with a hamstring injury, but he hasn't been playing that well this season, and I expect Cooks to really get the better of him in this matchup. Another matchup to look at is Todd Gurley going against DeForest Buckner, who plays on the line, and then their linebackers, Reuben Foster and Fred Ward. Those are probably their best 3 players on the line and linebacking positions. So they're really going to try and stop Todd Gurley with the run. The run defense isn't that bad, so that's going to be another battle to watch. Third battle to watch is then also blocking DeForest Buckner, and he likes to line up between the center and the guard. So Saffold and Blythe really going to have to chip in and really give him a tough time. He's their leading defensive player by far. And then the last matchup is, I mentioned their tight end, Greg Kittle. He's leading the team in receptions, and just like Jared Cook did for Oakland in the first game, John Johnson should be tracking Greg Kittle a lot this game, and hopefully can limit him. Greg Kittle is kind of like the top 5 of tight ends in the league. So John Johnson and Greg Kittle is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. In terms of pass rush, the Rams actually have the number 2 rated pass rush in the NFL, and I know a lot of Rams fans are saying, but where are the sacks? That's not always a great indicator of pass rush. You can have guys that have high sack totals, but they're really not applying pressure on a regular basis, and that's what the Rams are doing. They're not getting all the sacks, but they're really applying pressure all the time. To contrast that, the 49ers are the 24th rated pass rush. So I looked at Jared Goff standing upright this game, not really getting touched. You don't have Von Miller on the other side. You don't have Bradley Chubb on the other side. And it's really going to come down to Todd Gurley running the ball and the Rams stopping Breida and Mostert on the other end. So I think this is going to be hopefully not a close game. I think the Rams could win this by 10-plus points, which would be great. I'll just take the win at this point. No Cooper Kupp in this game. Saffold looks like he can play. Greg, the leg, is going to be back in this game. That's going to be great to see. And I mean, I know a lot of Rams fans are talking about Troy Hill and a lot of these guys really not doing well. But think of it like this. We lost our all-pro return guy, Farrah Cooper. We lost Cooper Kupp for a bit of a game. We lost our all-pro kicker. We lost our all-pro cornerback, Aqib Talib, and we're still 6-0. So this team has a lot of depth, and these guys have been battling. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be pretty. Just get the win. The Rams have never been 7-0, so let's do it. So that's it, everyone. Just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Love to have you in the community. The more the merrier. And then I have one last thing I want to say. I want to address the San Francisco 49ers on. Brandin. A little closer. A little closer. A little closer. A little closer. We're going to kick your ass. That's it. Thanks for watching Rams Talk. Go Rams.